turn on your notification bell. You will still get those information you are looking for.
Work with the Igbos regardless. Awolowo told the Yorubas. That's according to Farotimi, Dele Farotimi, a lawyer and a political analyst. I have narrated a story of how late Chief Obafemi Awolowo implored Yorubas to work with the Igbos for their common good. Yes. So, in his words, that's in Dele Farotimi's words, he said, it was of a campaign rally that Chief Obafemi Awolowo went for in Aba, and I believe it was in 1957 or thereabouts. He went there for an election campaign, and when they got back to their base, as was usual with Chief Awolowo, he had to do a post-mortem of the day's event. And he told them that, see, these Igbo people, we have no choice. We have to work with them, because if we don't work with them, we will end up commonly enslaved. And he removed his cap and showed them the part of his head where he was stoned at the valley in Aba. While he was rubbing his head, he was still telling his people that they have to work with the Igbos. That was the Dele Farotimi statement, you see. And so, Dele Farotimi said that Paya de Banjo told him this story. So, and that has been the situation of things since this, after the Civil War, or even before the Civil War. So, that this particular ideology has made the Yorubas, particularly Chief Awolowo, who was leading Yorubas during that period, to stand against Biafra, the freedom of Biafrans. And he fought vigorously with Gowon to make sure that Igbos did not leave Nigeria because of the Yorubas' interest. He wants the Yorubas not to be enslaved. So the Igbos are paying the price today because of the Yoruba people. Because Awolowo wants the Igbos to be part of Nigeria so that they will partner with the Yorubas so that the Fulani will not enslave them. And that is it. But today what's happening? What's happening today? That the Yorubas, not just Yorubas, we don't say the Yorubas, but someone who said in his Jagaban is working in alienating this group, the Igbos. He's alienating them. He's saying he's Jagaban, and he sits in Lagos, and he owns Lagos, and he tells the Igbo quite often that there are strangers in Lagos. So, and what's that? What kind of Nigeria are you practicing? What kind of country? Every day you remind me that I'm a stranger in my own country. But these are the people. He said he's, an apostle of Paulo, talking about, this Jagaban, the Baudelaire, the Bullion van, you see. And Awolowo said he wants the Igbos, the Yorubas, to work with the Igbos, even after being hit in Aba. So, but he said he wants the Yorubas to work with the Igbos because he have seen the whole thing. But today, like we are saying, the Jagaban who has been, he will tell the Igbo today, tomorrow, you are strangers in Lagos. He's working to undermine the Igbo, to alienate the Igbo, to really get the Igbo to the background. And you think he can succeed? He will not succeed. He will rather nail himself. This is outing. During his primary elections, during the nominations, he never visited any of the southeastern states, a particular region that made up of Nigeria. We have 6 regions. We have 3 major ethnic groups. You didn't visit a particular region. You didn't visit one particular ethnic group. You alienate them, and today some of them are even crying. Some of them are crying about the campaign team or list that the APC just released. Some of the southeastern APC members, they are complaining now that they have been marginalized. that they have only 34 out of the 60 they're supposed to have. Talking about 400 something member list they released. And so the man is someone who tries to undermine the Igbo at all costs and at all times. Whereas Awolowo said, work with the Igbos. And the Igbos are paying heavily today, like we've said, because of the statement of Awolowo, because of the belief and the ideology of the Awolowo that they need Igbos as partners so that they will not be enslaved. And so what the Igbos have suffered today, suffered since 1960, especially from after the war, or during the war and after the war, because the Awolowo believes that with the Igbos, they can unite and the Fulani will not enslave them. But today, this Jagaban and his co-travelers are working to undermine the same Igbo. At APC presidential, presidential primaries, you see the Yorubas who said they're contesting for president election, for president of Nigeria under APC. This one will come and say, I back down, I surrender, I step down, I surrender, I relinquish, I'm running away, I'm not contesting again. I will leave it for Asiwaju, I will leave it for Jagaban. I will not do this. Jagaban will do it. Just talking nonsense. People of character, you think that they are human beings, and they say they're contesting election, and you believe them, that they're men of integrity. The deed there at the national television, everybody is watching, the whole world was watching. I'm stepping down, I'm relinquishing, I'm not contesting again, I surrender to Asiwaju. What a nonsense. So, it is of a particular region. You have tested it, Obasanjo 8 years, and your son just is still there as the vice president, and they have zoned it to the southeast. It does not occur to you, it does not touch you to say, oh, let us, these are brothers. They have worked with us, they have stayed. Let us allow them. You cornered it again. You conspired again to undermine the Igbo, to work with the Fulani. And that's see what's happening there. The Iswap have taken over in Ondo State, Ondo Forest. So the Igbo is paying heavily because of Yoruba people. That's the point. Farotimi is stating here, quoting Chifaya Debanjo. Of course, the Igbos are bearing the heavy burden of the Yoruba. Yes, because of the Yorubas that Awolowo fought strongly on the side of Nigeria to make sure that the Igbo did not leave, so that all of them will stay and see how they will manage this the Fulani, how they will manage them. Because if the Igbo leaves and they leave only Yorubas, it will be very difficult for them. In fact, he said they will go into slavery, that they will enslave them. You see, so that is it. So the Igbos bearing the heavy burden of the Yoruba, yes, since 1970, since 1966 or 1967, up to this moment. But the Yoruba son, like we have said, and his co-travelers, they are trying to relegate the Igbo. But like we have said, this election, it will be like a pharaoh, the ancient pharaoh, not this one now, the ancient pharaoh and the people of the Israel. You know what happened? The pharaoh, what happened to the pharaoh? It is what will happen to this the Jagaban and his co-travelers. This one now will end everything. Every day without. Igbos, you are strangers in Lagos. Do you own Lagos? Why are you doubting? Enugu is there. Who stopped you from going to Enugu to invest? It's part of Nigeria. Because of your bigotry and nepotism and your ethnicity and everything, you refuse to go to Enugu and invest. The Igbo is a free man. He's a free person, and he is in Lagos to invest, and each day remind him that he's not from Lagos. So this one will be like, moving into the Red Sea, and the Red Sea will overwhelm. The Red Sea will overwhelm. This election, it will be like a Red Sea overwhelm the ancient pharaoh Red Sea overwhelmed the ancient Pharaoh. That's what it will do to the Jagaban and the co-travelers. Red Sea overwhelmed